The government has buckled under pressure and released the total cost of its plan to boost student loans and allowances. With the first year of tertiary studies set to be free from January, questions have been swirling about Labor's flagship policy and its increased support for students. Looking at this for Checkpoint tonight is our political reporter, Craig McCulloch.
The sun was out in Wellington for lunch, so too the Prime Minister, serving up strawberries and ice cream to help raise money for hospice care. Jacinda Ardern was less generous with the media, though, when it came to questions about when the government might release some of its costings.
We're talking a matter of weeks here, and we want to make sure that when we release those figures, they're as robust as possible.
The government yesterday confirmed a $50 a week boost to both the student allowance and loans from January. But when it came to the cost, nothing. Instead, it said the figures would be released in several weeks, along with more details about its fees-free policy.
The numbers will, of course, be released. We just want to make sure that they're as close to final as possible when we do.
That time came sooner than expected, not the several weeks flagged. In fact, just a few hours later. The policy is estimated to cost $94 million this financial year and $200 million the next. That's actually less than Labour had said before the election. The sudden reveal came after mounting pressure from National MPs who have zeroed in on the scant details so far.
So I think it's highly unusual that the government would make such an announcement without releasing the cost of the policy at the same time.
People deserve to know how much that is going to cost.
And they say there are still big question marks over the wider fees-free policy. More details on that are expected in the next week or two, but till then, the tertiary sector's somewhat in a state of limbo.
We don't know enough about how it's going to be implemented.
Chris Whelan, the head of Universities New Zealand, doesn't yet know exactly who will be eligible for the free year. What about superannuitants or people who've previously dropped out without a degree?
We're looking at probably what's going to be a very busy period over Christmas when a lot of people are trying to have holidays. Students trying to work out, what are they doing next year or what aren't they doing next year.
We know it's tight, which is why we've signalled as early as we could that this was our ambition absolutely to introduce it, and it was on track. So we've given that strong message to students. It is going to happen.
Labour's also confirmed that Australians will have to have lived in New Zealand for 3 years if they're to qualify for the free year of study. Roughly 4,600 Australian students are currently studying at universities here. The policy is to be rolled out over several years, culminating in 3 free years from 2024. From Parliament for Checkpoint, Craig McCulloch.